Kool Sports Network proudly presents Kentucky High School Volleyball on Kool TV. Now let's go courtside for the pregame show on Kool TV.
And good evening from East Carter High School, Harold L. Holbrook Athletic Complex East here in Grayson, Kentucky. Welcome in tonight's contest as the East Carter Raiders 5-1. Welcome in the Raceland Rams 6-1 here in this 16th region contest. Both teams victorious the last time out. The Raiders defeated West Carter here last night 3-2. They were down 2-1 and came back and picked up win number 5 on the season. For the Raceland Rams, they ran through the 16th region All-A over the weekend, defeating West Carter, Elliott County, West Carter, Elliott County, and Rose Hill, I believe, were the three that was there. I know Rose Hill was in the championship, but they take the 16th region All-A championship, and they'll head off to Eastern Kentucky University coming up a little bit later in the month of September. We'll take our first break. We come back, we'll preview the matchup and meet our starters and get you ready for first serve. Raiders and the Rams coming at you right after this on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup, has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Back here in Grayson as we get you set for Raceland and East Carter as both teams going through their final warm-ups. Let's take a look at the visitors tonight. The Raceland Rams 6-1. As we mentioned on the other side of the break, winners of the 16th Region All-A Classic defeated West Carter, Elliott, and Rose Hill in straight sets. Those 3 wins bookended by another 3 wins with that lone loss to Ashland, and they lost that one on the home court in 3 straight. A nice win over Russell. They've got a pair of district wins over Russell and Lewis County, so they're 2-0 in the 63rd district and looking to try to get things moving forward with a win here tonight. They'll be back in action on Thursday on the road at Rose Hill and then back at home next Tuesday night. They bring in the defending 3-time region champions of Boyd County. We'll have that game right here for you on Kool TV. The Raceland Rams, it's led up front by Skylar Brown Morris, 61 kills on the season. Shaylee Holbrook coming in at 40. Kaylee Braden has really kind of stepped in and been a big hitter up front as well for the Rams at 34. Cody Haddock, she'll drive the offense. She makes things go for what this team does, and she's been really good from the service line too. Of the 67 aces for the Rams, 18 of them belong to her, Braden, with 13 of those. Taking a look at the home Raiders, 5-1 under Jennifer Clark. Last time out, as we said last night, a big win over West Carter. They were down in that match 2-1, came back and won game 4, 25-22, and then 15-7 in the fifth in the final deciding set. Their lone loss coming to Boyd County. That was in straight sets, 25-12, 25-16, 25-23. Up front for the Raiders, Alexis Thompson and Mackenzie Burton. They'll lead the charge. Emma Berry, Haley Bush, and Alexis Bond to work the net as well. The offense goes through Kaylee Rogers, and Alexis Thompson, as we talked about, has been so big from the service line with 38 of the Raiders' 80 aces. Well, looking at the two teams head-to-head, Raceland certainly leading the kill category, 205 to 119. East Carter a little better on the block by 8 blocks. Raiders significantly behind the digs. Now, again, you got to look at these numbers. Some of these have to look at your competition. If your competition is not putting it back into play, you're not going to dig it. So that's certainly something that Raceland, I think, they've played a stronger schedule that they've seen than what East Carter has gone through, and a lot of that shows there with those digs. The service line has been big for the Raiders, 80 aces to Raceland 67. And I think that's going to be a deciding factor in this one. This one should be a dandy. When you look at the two leading players, Skylar Brown-Morris for Raceland, Alexis Thompson for the Raiders. Brown-Morris with 61 kills, 5 blocks, 36 digs, 8 aces. On the other side of that, Thompson leads the Raiders with 24 kills, but 38 aces. And when you get her on the service line, that's something that can turn sour quickly. I've watched her serve, and she can serve a set out and get back there and put down 12, 13 points if you let her get going. But she is a dandy, dynamite player from that position when she gets back onto the service line for sure. So the Rams going through their final warm-up preparations, and we're about ready for first serve. Running a little late after the JV game had to go to 3 sets. Raceland won that one 2-1. So we'll have varsity action coming up in just a few moments. We'll take our final break. We come back, starting lineups and first serve, Raceland and East Carter after this on Kool TV.
Rev up your autumn adventure and refuel at Clark's Pump and Shop. Make a pit stop and treat yourself to our assortment of snacks and drinks. Clark's Pump and Shop has the perfect treats to satisfy your fall cravings. From our seasonal lattes and iced coffees to specialty donuts and desserts. Don't just fuel up your vehicle, fuel your taste buds at Clark's Pump and Shop, your ultimate road companion. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC. We are the home office.
Back here in Grayson as we get you ready for East Carter and Raceland in a 16th region volleyball matchup. Rams 6-1, East Carter 5-1. This one should be a dandy for maybe a little bit of bragging rights in the 16th. So we've got our national anthem still to take care of, and then our player introductions. And we'll do that in just a few moments. Look at the last 10 meetings between these two. Raceland has won the last 2, both of those last year. But East Carter, again, the dominant teams the Raiders had back there in the late 20 teens going into 20 and 21. They just kind of steamrolled through the region at times, and they were so good there. And you can kind of see there, 8 of the 10 of the last meetings gone to the East Carter Raiders, but 2 in a row for the Rams. A good look there, Bill Farley and his crew. 16th region runners-up last year. So we're ready for our national anthem. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll meet our starting lineups at First Serve on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup, has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Back here in Grayson at the Harold L. Holbrook Athletic Complex East. East Carter and Raceland getting ready to square off here in a 16th region showdown. James Carter, happy to have you along with us here tonight on Kool TV. Rams will be in the orange and black tonight. East Carter in the white tops, blue bottoms. The libero for the Rams of Reagan Mackey, she'll wear the white jersey. And the libero for East Carter, I'm looking. I don't see a libero tonight. I do not see a blue jersey, so maybe no libero for the Raiders of East. Should be a dandy here, as we've talked about, as, again, East Carter very dominant there at the end of the 20 teens into the early 2000s, and then the last two meetings have gone in favor of the Rams, trying to make it 3 in a row with a victory here tonight. But always a tough place to do some damage when you have to come on the road and come to Grayson. So across the front row for East Carter, Lydia Combs, Mackenzie Burton. Also out there, Kaylee Rogers. A player that is not on the roster, number 16. I do not have her name. Got Alexis Thompson is going to start with a service work, and then the other player up on the front, Emma Berry. For the Rams, across the front, Faith Spurlock, Kaylee Braden, and Cody Haddix. Back row is Shaylee Holbrook, Reagan and Peyton Mackey, and here we go. Set one underway. Haddix tries to work up front, but the Lady Raiders will pop it down with the first point of the match, and they lead it 1-0. Good look there over the shoulder of the Lady Rams defense. There's Mackey on that back row. Haddix to the far side. Braden with the attack. Free ball sent over by Burton. Rams scrambling nicely. Haddix will loft it over on a free ball deep in the back row. Coming near side. Reagan Mackey on the back row on the reception. Now Spurlock down the pipe. Mackey steps to nicely. Haddix will float it across. A diving save on the far side. Then a big swing there by Lydia Combs, and she'll put it down for the point. Good volley there by the two, and East Carter leads this one 2-0. Holbrook, free ball over by Reagan Mackey, deep back row, and she puts that one down. Caught the Raiders maybe scrambling a bit. I believe the player I was looking for a moment ago was, instead of 16, it's 15. It's hard to see the numbers. That's Grace Duff for the Raiders. Near side, a free ball over by Barry, and that one's out of bounds, and we're even at 2. So Cody Haddix doing the service work for the Rams. Good save there, a push over. Mackey on the back row. Haddix lifts it up over to Holbrook on the far pin. Raiders scrambling to get into position. And Combs fires it down, right down the center, and regains the point, and a side out for East Carter. They lead it 3-2. Combs 16 kills on the season, 10 assists, 18 digs. Check that, it was Burton on the last kill, I believe. My mistake. I looked at my numbers wrong. That's Burton there down the pipe. Here's Holbrook on the far side. Big swing there, and that one's going down for the point. We're even at 3. Kaylee Braden back for the service work for the Rams. And a service error by her gives East Carter the point. They lead at 4-3. Alexis Bond checking in as Duff will step off. And back for the service works, Mackenzie Burton. Gracie Reed checking in for her first action, replacing Peyton Mackey. Here's Haddix. Spurlock on a push. Bumped back by Rogers. And then going up and coming up empty was Bond. And we're even at 4. So now Reagan Mackey, the libero for the Rams, made the transition late last season to that position. Had some personnel issues with the Rams, and they needed someone to step forward, and she did so. Holbrook on a touch. Nice job there. Bond receives it. Rogers comes back near side pin. Big swing there by Lydia Combs, and she puts it down for the point. Back and forth we go. 5-4 Raiders lead it here, set 1. Allie Bush coming on as she'll replace Emma Berry, and she'll go to the service line for the Raiders. Good look there from the back row of the Rams defensive side as service coming right at you on your screen. Here's Holbrook, big swing. Ball comes back up. Brown Morris leaves it at the net. Raiders scrambling, trying to get it across. Do so. Haddix leaves it off to Brown Morris. There's Burton with a big swing. And then off the back row, Braden can't keep it in play. Point goes to East Carter. A kill for Burton. And it's 6-4. Braden lofts it back over. Haddix goes up, and she was under the net. But before she went under, they had East Carter in the net. So give the point to the Rams, and make it 6-5, and Shaylee Holbrook back to the service line. And 2 infractions on that one. One happened before the other. Back row to the push, and Holbrook can't control it as she tried to get it back up on the pass to Haddix. Serve back to the Raiders as they'll side out. They lead at 7-5 here in set 1. Kaylee Rogers. She got that one off the side of her hand. So a service error gives it to the Rams, and Gracie Reed, the senior, will go back for the service. Just returning last week in the Russell contest after an injury. She's been playing limited minutes, starting to try to nurse that ankle back into play. What a diving save there by Mackey. They're going to get the Rams in the net. How Reagan Mackey got a hand underneath that one was beyond me. That was a beautiful diving save. Coach Bill Farley holding both thumbs up, saying he wants a replay. They're not getting anything there, so Reed goes off. Peyton Mackey back in. And back to the line for the service is Alexis Bond. Combs on 2, brings it across. Haddix up front. She'll push it across on 2. And this one's out of bounds on the far sideline. Point back to the Rams. 8-7, they lead as they'll side out. Bond goes off. Back in as Duff. And Skylar Brown Morris for the service. Good service by her. Here's Burton. Punches it across. Mackey on the far side. Now Braden on the far side pin with a big swing. Nice dig on the back row, and the Raiders can't get it across. Point Rams, we're even at 8. This is kind of what I expected from this matchup. Both of these kind of going back and forth, following for position, and Brown Morris doesn't get that one across the net, so the service error gives East Carter the point. They lead at 9-8. Barry back in. Bush goes off, and Alexis Thompson will do the service work. Good look at her there on your screen. Ball coming right at you. Great job by our crew here tonight. Good block at the net, and Burton puts that one down for the point, and she got Spurlock at the face of the net, and it's a 2-point lead for the Lady Raiders. Travis Altworth, our executive producer tonight. Felicia Collier working on the cameras. Great to have everyone here with us tonight. And from Grayson, and a big swing by Burton as they floated that one at the net, and she sent it back to where it came from. Put it down for the point, and it's the 3-point Lady Raiders lead. Haddix up front, goes off to Braden. Taps over that left hand. Nice save there by Burton. And then she fires it across. They got her in the net, though. That's going back to the Rams. Point for them, down by 2. And now Cody Haddix. Haddix can do the work from the service line when she gets rolling. Before she gets in, we're going to bring Gracie Reed back in for Peyton Mackey. Haddix is the kind of the spark plug that makes that offense move, but she is so dangerous from that service line as she fires a bullet across the tape. Free ball sent over. Haddix back up front. Leaves it near side. Braden on that near side pin. Nice receive there by Burton. She'll loft that over on a free ball. Reed wants it far side on the pin. They go to her. Falling backwards, she tips it across. Combs bound to Burton. Back corner. Mackey trying to save it. A great save by Holbrook and a free ball back over by Mackey. Heck of a rally there by the Rams. Near side on the attack. Mackey with a diving save. Haddix pops it across. They'll come back near side to Combs. Haddix goes across on 2. A push across by Burton, and she gets the point. Great rally there. And East Carter leads it by 3 once again, 12-9. Lydia Combs to the service line for the Raiders. Haddix leaves it down the pipe. Spurlock on a tipped ball into the net by Burton. Combs fires one deep, and that one's out of bounds. So Kaylee Braden will go to the service line. Down by 2 are the Rams here in set 1. Good service there. Just gets that one across the tape as it dives. Here's Burton with a big swing, and that one's too wide. Out of bounds. Point for the Rams, 12-11. Lady Raiders have led this one by 3 twice in this set. Rams trying to gain some momentum. Free ball over by the Raiders, Burton. Haddix up front, goes off to Holbrook with a big swing, blocked at the net. Haddix punches it across. Near side with a big swing there was Barry. Diving save by the Raiders, Rogers. And Haddix goes flying into the scorer's table on the near sideline. Point Raiders, they lead at 13-11, and they'll side out. And Mackenzie Burton will go back to the service line. Duff is off, back on his bond. Reed with the receive. Near side Spurlock through the double block. Pops it off the net for the Raiders, and they can't play it across. Chance for the Rams, to tie it here as Reagan Mackey goes to the line. Skylar Brown-Morris back in as Faith Spurlock steps off. So the Rams libero. Rogers up front. Far side pin and attack by Barry is into the net. We're even at 13. Off to the far side pin, Barry through the double block. Diving save by Braden. Haddix back to Holbrook. Big swing, but it's out of bounds. And the point goes back to the Raiders, and they lead at 14-13. Barry coming off, back in as Bush. And she'll go to the service line. Good first set we've seen here. Good look there at Bush as she's coming right at you on the screen. There's Brown-Morris. Big swing, but it's deep. Give the point to the Raiders. 15-13 here in set one. Good serve as that one just dies over top of the tape and right in front of Holbrook. And the Raiders matching their largest lead of the set. It's now 3. Haddix out to Brown-Morris with a big swing off the back row. Raiders trying to save, and they do so. Heck of a save there by Thompson to keep it alive. And then Brown-Morris can't play it from Haddix, and the Raiders gain their largest lead of the set at 4. What a play there by Alexis Thompson to save that ball out of bounds and get it back over to her teammates. It lofted it over and picked up the point. Haddix off to Reed, off that far side pin with the attack. Bush to Rogers. Thompson with a free ball. Haddix near side to Reed. She'll loft it over on a free ball. There's Thompson with a big swing, and she's blocked at the net. Brown-Morris and Reed got her on the double block. Give the point to the Raiders, or the Rams, 17-14. It's tough when you've got Raiders and Rams, both with R. I do that every time I come over here. Here's Thompson with a nice save. Back to Brown-Morris down the pipe, and she's into the net. She's really struggled getting going early. So Kaylee Rogers will go to the service line, a 4-point lead for the Raiders here in set one. High arcing serve. Here's Reed off the antenna on the attack error. And it's a 5-point lead for East Carter. It'd be huge for the Raiders to grab an early one-set lead in this match. Best of 3 we play out of 5. Mackey back row, Haddix off to Reed on that far side pin with a big swing, and that's on the line. Back row, put it down for the point for Gracie Reed. And she'll take over on the service work. Good serve at the net. And just reaching up and punching it across was Kaylee Rogers. It's been that night for the Raiders so far. It's just times they've seemed like they've thrown a hand up and got a ball to go exactly where they needed it to. So 20-15. Alexis Bond with a service. Haddix on a push. Here's Burton, lofts it across. Haddix near side, down the pipe to Brown-Morris. Back row, put it down for the point. 20-16. Faith Spurlock back on for Reagan Mackey. So Rams libero steps out. And Skylar Brown-Morris to the service line. Rogers Back here to Burton. Burton on a touch over top of the double block of Haddix and Spurlock for the point. Lined up like she was going to take a big swing and then just touched it across. So a 5-point lead for the Raiders. Haddix takes it back to the middle. Spurlock touches it across the tape, gets the roll. It's going to be a free ball by Thompson. Haddix leaves it to Spurlock with a big swing. There's Thompson near side. Haddix on a joust, and she's blocked at the net by Burton and gets the point for their Lady Raiders. 22-16, they lead it here in set one. Mackenzie Burton got up on that one, and Haddix never had a chance. Here's Braden. Nice soft touch there. Combs on a free ball to Mackey on the back row. Haddix pushes it off to Braden with a big swing. Rogers. Now Burton on a free ball. Braden wants it again on that far side pin. Here she's got it. Big swing at a time. She puts it down. She called for it, and Haddix gave her a perfect ball at the net. She swung that one down with authority. So now Cody Haddix serving for the Rams, down 5, 22-17 here in set one. Good service. Rogers sent it over on 2. Here's Holbrook on that far side pin. Through the double block for the point. 22-18, leads down to 4. And this is where you want to have your players, if you need to make a run from behind. Cody Haddix on the service line, and right there's Y. Put it in for an ace for the senior. And Jennifer Clark says, hang on, we're going to talk things over. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Rams. You see the games that they've played through already. West Carter, Lewis, and Russell wins. They fell in straight sets to Ashland. That was their first loss of the season. Went through West Carter, Elliott, and Rose Hill. And then Rose Hill on Thursday night. And then they've got Boyd County coming up on next Tuesday. We'll have that game on Kool TV. Good look there of Coach Bill Farley and his support staff going through the timeout requested by the Raiders, trying to slow things down here. Led it by 5. And now the Rams have pulled it to within 3 with Cody Haddix on the service line, and that last one going in with an ace. So out of the timeout. Haddix back to work. Diving save on the backside, but Mackey couldn't stretch quite enough to get it up in the air. So East Carter sides out, pushes the lead to 4. Lydia Combs to the service line, and 2 points away from a win here in set 1. Spurlock tries to push it across and shoves it right into the net. And it's set point for the Lady Raiders. Haddix up front, brings it near side to Braden. Braden goes cross court. Rogers tries to save it and can't do so. Got it into the net. So the point to the Rams. They trail by 4, still set point. And Kaylee Braden to the service line. Coming right at you there on your screen. Rogers up front, near side. Good block there by Spurlock and Reed. Haddix on that back row. Reed's up front now. Spurlock down the pipe, and that one's too deep. Out of bounds it goes, and give the point to East Carter, and they lead the match 1-0. Set 2 when we return after this on Kool TV.
Rev up your autumn adventure and refuel at Clark's Pump and Shop. Make a pit stop and treat yourself to our assortment of snacks and drinks. Clark's Pump and Shop has the perfect treats to satisfy your fall cravings. From our seasonal lattes and iced coffees to specialty donuts and desserts. Don't just fuel up your vehicle, fuel your taste buds at Clark's Pump and Shop, your ultimate road companion. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, Refuel.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC. We are the home office.
Back at East Carter High School, 1-0. East Carter leads the match as they won the first set 25-20, and they'll take over here, trying to make it 2 games to none. But the Lady Rams will start service off. A good look there at the junior Cody Haddix. She'll start on the service line. On the floor with her will be Reagan Mackey, Pate Mackey, Kaylee Braden, Faith Spurlock, and Shaylee Holbrook. With the Lady Raiders, Bush, Duff, Combs, Burton, Thompson, and Rogers. So good set there by the Lady Raiders to steal set 1. It was kind of a back and forth effort, and then they finally opened up a nice lead. And then in doing so, was able to withstand the last little surge there by the Rams. Good look there over Cody's shoulder as we're ready to get rolling here in set number 2. Great young lady right there. I've had her in class and can't find much better individual than that young lady right there. Here's Burton. Dug out on the back row by Haddix. It's going to be a free ball by the Rams sent over. Rogers up front. Combs on that far side pin and off the side of her hand. Give the point to the Rams. They lead at 1-0. Rogers got it to her in position. She just didn't get a good swing on it. That one kind of flew just a little bit out of bounds. It goes, and Haddix with a hand slap there. Knew she missed that one, so we're even at 1. And Alexis Thompson, 38 aces coming into the match, not including last night's statistics, so it hadn't been posted yet today. Big swing and a block up front. Reagan Mackey tries to dive and save it, but can't get so, and Combs fires it down for the point. East Carter leads at 2-1. Here's Haddix. Spurlock up front. It plays off the roof. They kind of play it live as it is, and Mackey does a good job of keeping it. Here's Combs on the near side pin. Haddix on a push. Rogers near side. Free ball over by Berry. Holbrook on that far side. Pin with a big swing and put it in. Right on the line. Jennifer Clark looking back at the line thinking that maybe that one was out. She's going to move back here and get a better look at it. Kaylee Braden will go to the service line for the Rams. I'll leave it at 2. That's Duff. Free ball over by Berry. There's Gracie Reed with the attack. Rogers with a dig. It's going to be a free ball over by Burton. Haddix up front, takes it off to that far side pin. Through the double block. It's a save by Combs. Now Haddix out the back door to Reed. Rogers brings it back near side. Big swing and a block at the net by Reed and Spurlock, and Raceland picks up a point, 3-2, as they get the block of Emma Berry at the net. Had the block set up perfectly there and got it at its highest point. Berry, free ball by Rogers. Haddix brings it near side to Reed on a free ball. Back up to Rogers for the Raiders. Here's Burton down the pipe with a big swing. Dug out by Haddix. Rams send it over on a free ball. Burton punches it across. Holbrook with the attack. A nice dig there by Berry on the near side, but she couldn't get it in play. And the Rams lead it by 2. 4-2 here in set number 2. Thompson out the back row. Rogers on 2. There's Haddix. Reed with a bump to Spurlock. Spurlock goes out and goes deep. Side out east corner. They trail by 1. Allison Rigsby checking in for her first action for Spurlock. And Lydia Combs for the service work for East Carter. Here's Haddix. Goes off to Rigsby. Cross-court attack. Dug out there by Combs on the back row. Back near side by Berry. Blocked at the net, but a nice dig by Rogers. And then Rigsby fires it through the block and picks up the point. 5-3. She'll go to the service line. Rams here in set 2. And Rigsby fires that one right into the face of the net on the service error. She goes off. Reagan Mackey back on. Duff comes off. Back in as Bond. And Burton will do the service work for East Carter. Good service near side. Here's Holbrook on the attack. Pushes it across. Rogers up front to Burton. Berry with a push. Brown Morris taps it across. A diving save. Brown Morris with an attack. East Carter scrambling. They'll push it across on a free ball. Haddix brings it off to Holbrook with a big swing and a point in that back corner. Side out Raceland. 6-4 they lead it here in set 2. And that was the difference right there. Raceland was completely in system. Got that ball where it needed to be, and Holbrook was able to put it in. And that time, East Carter kind of caught looking. And an ace goes down for Holbrook. 7-4. Raceland leads it here in set 2. Near side to Bond, and she catches that one off the side of the hand. So a 4-point lead for Raceland, the largest they've had it in the match. Combs. Rogers is going to be a free ball by Burton. Haddix off to Reed with a big swing through the double block. Rogers comes back near side. Berry and Braden can't play it. Side out East Carter. 8-5 they lead it. Here comes Brenna Wellman in for Raceland. Back on is Hallie Bush as she'll replace Emma Berry, and she'll do the service work for East Carter. Kaylee Braden's going to step off for East as Wellman comes on. Haddix up front off to Reed on that far side pin. Diving save by Burton. They've got her trapped on that back line. Now let's see if they can do something with it. Haddix up to Brown Morris with a big swing. Nice job by Burton on the back row. Haddix will push on 2. Come back near side to Thompson with a cross-court attack. Reagan Mackey with a diving save, and somehow Reed gets it across. What a point by the Rams on a big swing by Thompson that Reagan Mackey took off of the shoulder. She's got a big smile on her face looking toward her head coach, Bill Farley. Said, no, it didn't get me in the face. It got me on the shoulder, and somehow the Rams were able to punch it back across and pick up the point. And Gracie Reed from the service line, fires that one into the net, so a service error puts the lead to 3. She comes off. Peyton Mackey back on. And Kaylee Rogers will go back to the service line for East Carter. A good look there through that net. I love that shot. That's so wild. Great look through the net. I love those angles. Brown Morris on a free ball for the Rams. Here's Combs up front. Punch back over by Braden. Nice job to keep the volley alive. Here's Brown Morris. Big swing through the block. Rogers with a save. They'll come back near side of Thompson. Double block dug out by her at the net. She'll try to punch it across and can't get it over there. Great job there by the Lady Rams to keep it alive and salvage a point. They lead it by 4. They could push it out to their largest lead of the match, which would also match the largest lead in the match of 5 by East Carter. Rigsby back on. Brown Morris is off. Thompson on the near side. Cross-court attack. Mackey. Here's Braden off that far side pin across the tape. And then Braden fires down a bullet at the face of the net. It's a 5-point lead for the Rams. That one just got left hanging. And my scoreboard control is gone. My mouse was not working for a second. 11-6 is our score. Here's Thompson. Big swing there. Back row, Holbrook. Off to Braden. And another kill for Kaylee Braden. It's a 6-point lead now. And East Carter wants a timeout. 12-6. Looking ahead at East Carter's upcoming schedule. Lewis County on Thursday, Russell, and then Ashland. So some tough competition coming up for the Raiders. And look at their start off. Rose Hill Morgan and Fairview, a tough loss against Boyd County. That was their first loss of the season. Bounced back with a district win over Elliott. And then had to go to 5 last night with West Carter. They won set 1, lost sets 2 and 3. And then came back with a win in set 4 and then took it with ease in set 5 over the Comets. Be sure to visit our website, Koolhits1057.com. That's Kool with a K. Check out our broadcast schedule, statistics page as well for volleyball, boys and girls soccer, and football. And if you're looking in there in the stats, you say, hey, wait a minute, I feel like my kid should be there and they're not on the list. Double check with your coach. If they're not reporting their stats to the KHSAA, we don't put them up there. So it has to be reported to the KHSAA, and if they're reported, we put them in there, and if not, that's why they're missing. But you can also check out all of our different channels to listen to, and, of course, be able to interact with the station as well. And Raceland just got caught looking there as East Carter just punched that one into the back corner and picks up a point, cuts the lead to 5, 12-7. We've got the high school football banter that we do each and every week. Lots of pictures and videos as well. Again, if you're following with us on Kool TV and have not done so, be sure to subscribe, like, and give us a little bell there. It'll alert you anytime we put out new material. So give the point to East Carter as Mackenzie Burton fired it down on the near side. Leads down to 4. East Carter leads it 1-0. A service error there by the Raiders. Pushes the lead back to 5, and Cody Haddock's back to the service line. Duff is back on and goes off as Bond. Haddock's that back corner to Thompson. Burton up front with a big swing and into the net. They had Burton trapped on that back line, and that's when they were able to open up a little bit of their lead. See if they can push it out to the largest it's been either way in the match on this right here. And Cody Haddock with an ace says, yes, I can. An absolute laser beam across the tape. You could probably hear the sizzle when it went across. 15-8, it's a 7-point margin. That's the largest it's been any time in the match. And then Haddock's trying to flirt with that tape again, and this time it's into the net. So side out East Carter, 15-9, they lead it. Or they trail it, excuse me, here in set 2. So Alexis Thompson back for the service work. Good service, back row. Free ball over by the Rams. Rogers up front. Near side, by Berry, and she gets it on the near sideline to put it in off the tip. Cut the lead to 5. Braden scrambling. It's a free ball from the back row, and the Rams can't get it across as Peyton Mackey couldn't play it forward. So Alexis Thompson, 38 aces coming into this contest, not including the number that she had last night that hadn't been entered in by the time we got in today. And Cody Haddock says, wait a minute, I've got a nice hole in that back row. I'll just fire it right in there for the point. You talk about a young lady with 38 aces through 5 matches. That's remarkable. That's averaging, for those of you who struggle with math, that's a little bit over 7.5, about 7.5, about 7 and about 2/3 actually. Braden back row. Haddocks to Reed on a free ball. Burton down the pipe. Big swing, but it's deep. 17-11. Leads back to 6. Kaylee Braden for the service work. Deep serve to the back row. Near side to Berry, and that one's deep and out of bounds. Across that back line, 7-point lead. Rams trying to even up the match at 1. Free ball coming over by the Lady Raiders. Nice job there on the left side by Holbrook. Rigsby on the attack. Near side Berry, and that one's deep. And that pushes the lead to 8. And that's the largest it's been here in the ballgame. A good look there as Braden has to go diving up on the stage area right at the feet of our camera operator. And that one she got off the side of her hand. Service error. So the lead's down to 7, 19-12 here in set 2. And Lydia Combs to the service line. Floating service near side. Rigsby will fire a dart to the back line. Ball tipped at the net. Rams scrambling, trying to get into system. Here's Haddocks up front. Brings it near side. Reed with a cross-court attack and the kill. Gracie Reed puts that one down on a beautiful ball from Cody Haddocks. 20-12, the lead is 8. And back to the service line is Allison Rigsby. Haddocks had to try to play it off the tape and got a little bit too deep on it. So it falls in for the point for East Carter, and they're down 7. Mackenzie Burton back to the line. Good look there at her. Coming at you through that net. Holbrook. Burton on the back row. Rogers up front, near side to Bush. Brown Morris up front. Tried to play it off the net, and they got her too deep. Could not make an attack, and the lead is down to 6. Here's Reed. Big swing, a dig off the back row by Burton. Haddocks up front to Brown Morris. Lady Raiders scrambling, and a great job there by Bond to try to keep it in, but it's out of bounds on that far sideline and make it 21-14. Shaylee Holbrook for the Lady Rams. Off the tape, a nice save there by Haddocks. Reed on the attack. Thompson with the save, near side to Bush. Haddocks up front, goes back to Reed on the far side. Pim with a big swing on the back row's Burton. Bush on the attack and puts it in on the far sideline. Great angle. and dropped it right on the edge of the line. 6-point deficit for the Raiders. Hallie Bush will do the service work. Mackey up front. It's going to be a nice save there by Reed. Combs will push it across. Now it's a lift. You could see that one from a mile away. She tried to get it up and knew that it was going to be kind of stuck there. And in the process of doing so, they call her for the lift. So push the lead back to 7, and Gracie Reed trying to serve this thing out for the Rams. Can't do so. It's into the net. So the service error for Reed. Mackey back on for her. She's just been frustrated from the service line tonight. Rogers puts it in play and out of bounds on the far sideline, so the service error. And timeout requested by East Carter. So their second timeout of the set. 23-16 here in set 1. Raiders won set 2, excuse me. Raiders won set 1, 25-20. Again, upcoming for Raceland. Rose Hill on Thursday, then Boyd County on Tuesday. Again, you look at the head-to-head between these two. Raceland leading the kills category tremendously, almost by 100 total. And the digs, again, a lot of people may dive into that and think, but again, you got to look at the competition that you're playing. If you got a team that really struggles to keep it in play, you're not going to receive and dig it much. So I think it's one of the reasons why the Raiders, that number is so much skewed one way or the other. The number of aces, though, is remarkable. 80 aces for this team, and again, 38 of those were by Alexis Thompson coming into this game. And that's a pretty remarkable number through 5 games. So out of the timeout, Rams 2 points away from evening the match at 1 apiece. Allison Rigsby comes on for Brown Morris, and Reagan Mackey will do the service work. Good service there, and put it in for an ace, and it's set point. Got a couple of Raiders camping in the same area, but they were not able to come together without getting it skyward. So now Mackey trying to serve it out to even out at 1 apiece off the tape. A nice diving save there by Burton. Here's Thompson on the attack. Mackey. Braden on the far sideline. Tips it across through the double block and puts it in for the point. And that evens the match at 1. Back for set 3 in just a moment on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road Greenup has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Back here at East Carter High School, all even at 1 between Raceland and East Carter. James Carter, happy to have you along with us here tonight on Kool TV. Our executive producer is Travis Odworth. On cameras, Felicia Collier. Happy to have everyone along with us here tonight on what's turned into be a very good matchup. East Carter taking set 1 25-20. Raceland bouncing back 25-16. So now it's a race to 3. As we play the best 3 out of 5. East Carter will do the service work. They'll, in the white jerseys, orange and black for the Rams. I'll be back with you over in Grayson on Thursday night for boys soccer. Spencer Hutchinson and I will be over for the call. 7:30 first kick as Boyd County makes a trip to Grayson. East Carter girls soccer last night suffering their first loss of the season. They fell 3-1 to Montgomery County. They're on the road tonight at Winfield, in which they started one is their gauntlet of a schedule. Back on Thursday, they've got Russell. We're not back with the girls until September 12th when they welcome in Ashland after a 3-game road trip. And then after the Ashland game, they go on the road for 3 more. Then they come home, Martin County, and then that game with West Carter on the 25th on a kick for your cure game. That's a girls-boy doubleheader at 6 and 8. We'll have all that action for you on Kool TV. So the Rams are open up an early 1-0 lead. Cody Haddix to the service line. Rogers leaves it to Burton. The big swing and puts it down for the point. Mackenzie Burton to the back corner. Pete Mackey with a diving attempt, but could not get there. We're even at 1. Lydia Combs. Floating service near sideline. Haddix off to the far side to Holbrook with a big swing. And a point that it'll go down for the kill. Diving effort by the Lady Raiders on the far sideline, but a big swing there by Holbrook. Puts East Carter behind by 1, and a good look there over the shoulder of Kaylee Braden. Off the tape, Raiders play it forward. Braden back row up to Haddix. Near side to Reed. Reed with a push off a tip and put it down for the point. 3-1 at Raceland. Good decision there. She was looking at a double block and went with a push and got the tip that dropped in the soft spot of the defense. Rogers on a punch on 2. Haddix back to Holbrook on that far side pin and through the double block, and it's 4-1. That's something that East Carter did really well in the first set. They stayed in system. Raceland has done a good job of keeping them out of system while keeping themselves in system here in set 2 and now into set 3. Trinity Frazier checking in for her first action, replacing Lydia Combs. 4-1 Rams here in set 3. Rogers near side. Bush. Haddix up front. Back to Holbrook with a cross-court dart to the near sideline. Jennifer Clark got a good look at that one, and she fired it right toward the Lady Raiders coach. 5-1 Rams here in set 3. And an ace. Kaylee Braden knocks that one down. Second on the team, an ace is coming into the match. 13 behind Haddix's 18. 6-1 Rams rolling here in set 3. Free ball by Bush. Here's Haddix up front. Reed on the cross-court attack. Duff from the back row to Rogers. Here's Burton on a push across. Braden fires it over. Thompson on a free ball to the back row to Mackey. And a big swing by Shaylee Holbrook, and it's a 6-point lead, 7-1. Avery Giles coming in, her first action. As Gracie Duff will step off. Rogers. Burton with a big swing. There's Haddix. Haddix on a free ball. Burton punches it across. Braden on the back row. Back to Holbrook. On a push across the tape on the near side pin. With precision. Great court vision there by Shaylee Holbrook. 7-point lead. It's 8-1 here in set 3. Rogers. Burton up front. Haddix leaves it to Reed. Reed with the attack. Out of the back row, Giles. Thompson plays it up front. Now Bush on a free ball push. Back row, Reagan Mackey. Haddix tried to set that one up, got it a little bit too much. You could see it on her face. She was smiling the whole way, knowing she got it too hard. Side out East Carter, and it's 8-2. Giles coming off. Back in as Emma Berry. And Trinity Frazier will do the service work. No, excuse me, she will not. It's going to be Mackenzie Burton. Braden near side to Haddix. Down the middle with a dart is Shaylee Holbrook as she leaves an imprint on the court here at East Carter High School. She has heated up here in this set. 7-point lead. Mackey off. Brown Morris back in. And Faith Spurlock in those purple shoes to the service line. Good service. Back row. Rogers up front. Off to Bush. Blocked at the net. Free ball to the from the Raiders. Here's Brown Morris through the double block. A great save on the back row by Thompson. And they'll get East Carter on 4 hits. I believe that was only 3. And that's what Jennifer Clark is sitting there looking, and they're going to go have a conversation. I believe they're right. I only had 3 hits there. So the officials are going to get together and have a conversation. If we get 2 thumbs up, and that's what we do, and that's the correct play. That's the officials not admitting that they made a mistake. So they're going to play the point over. So 9-2 it stays, Raceland. And we'll replay the point. Here's Barry. And Spurlock out of the back row couldn't play it down. 9-3, the lead is 6. Frazier off, back in as Combs. And Hallie Bush from the service line. Haddix leaves it to Reed. Cross-court attack for the point. 10-3, Reed puts the point down. Shaylee Holbrook having a good late second, now third set. Burton puts it off to the front on the net. Raiders can't play it forward. It's an 11-3 lead. All of a sudden, everything coming up orange and black. Rogers, near side to Thompson on a free ball. Here's Brown Morris down the pipe. Through the block attempt at the face of the net by Barry, and it's 12-3 Lady Rams. That time Brown Morris got a lot behind that one and was able to put it through the block attempt of Barry. Chance to push it to double digits for the first time either way in the match. And she sails that one deep. Broadcaster's jinx. So Callie Rogers for the service for the Lady Raiders. High arcing service, Mackey back row. Haddix up front to Reed on the far side pin. There's Rogers, and nobody's there. Reed off, Mackey back in, and Peyton Mackey with the service. Younger sister of Reagan. Burton back row. Rogers plays it off of the face of the net, and they get Raceland in the net. Those are going to say that Haddix, I believe, got into the face of the net. Either her or Brown Morris, both were right there in the area. So back to Emma Berry for the service work for East Carter. And into the net it goes for a service error, and the lead's back to 9. And Skylar Brown Morris, the senior, will take over. Faith Spurlock on, Mackey off. Good look at Brown Morris across the shoulder. She puts this one in play, and she does so right into the net. That's something that Raceland has struggled with tonight, is the service. Several balls into the face of the net. So can the Raiders build off of it? Down by 8 here in set 3, and what could be a very pivotal set in a match that's tied at 1. Here's Bush with the attack into the net. Side out point Raceland, 15-6, and Cody Haddix. When you're looking at a double-digit deficit, this is not who you want to see go to the service line. Kind of like the same thing if it was the other side for East Carter. You don't want to see Alexis Thompson back there, but this time they get away with one as Haddix serves it deep. A miscue by her that doesn't happen often and leads down to 8. Here's Haddix near side. Pushes off to Holbrook on a touch at the net. She has been picture perfect here in set 3. Picking the time to go with a big swing and then the soft touch. And last time came across the tape on the near side when she found the soft spot. That time right over top the double block attempt. Leads back to 9. Here's Bush on a free ball. Haddix up front. Goes back to the hot hand of Holbrook with a big swing. Thompson with a nice dig. Here's Haddix up front. Back to Reed. Reed with the attack, dug out. Burton flips it across. Haddix with a nice save from Bush. Raiders scrambling, trying to get it to Burton up front, down the pipe on a push. Mackey back row. They'll go back to Holbrook on that far side pin. Diving save back row by Duff. Here's Reed on the attack. And late getting there on the diving save was Combs. Pushed the lead to 10. It's 17-7. Bond back on for East Carter as Bush will step off. So Kaylee Braden. And East Carter got lost on the ball there as it got up in the air and they got turned around and couldn't find it. So an 11-point lead, 18-7 here in set 3. Rams trying to take a commanding 2-1 lead in the match. Haddix up front off to Holbrook. Holbrook with a big swing through the block attempt, and it goes down on the far sideline. 19-7 leads 12. Great shot there over the shoulder of Kaylee Braden. That time she didn't get it as it gets into the net. Point East Carter, 19-8. The deficit's still 11 as Mackenzie Burton trying to cut this deficit down and get her team back in this one after winning set 1 25-20. Rams won set 2 25-16, and now they've got it at double digits, leading it by as many as 12. Gianna Cook checking in for Raceland, her first action tonight as Brown Moore steps off. Haddix Off to Reed. Reed backpedaling. Somehow gets it across the tape. Cook sends it high. Haddix on a free ball. Great volley there on both sides. Near side, Bond. Free ball by the Rams. There's Burton on the back row. Rogers up front. Big swing and a point put down by Emma Berry for the point. Cuts the lead to 10, 19-9 here in set 3. Mackenzie Burton. Here's Holbrook. Burton back row. Up to Rogers. Berry with a big swing and puts it down for the point. Found an opening on that back corner. Back-to-back points for Berry. He was third on the team coming into the night with kills with 19. Cook on the back row. Haddix up front to Spurlock. Cross court. Burton on a free ball. Haddix brings it near side to Reed. Diving attempt as Combs and Burton run into each other. They keep the ball alive, though. Here's Cook up front. Reed on a free ball for the Rams. Good volley starting up here on this one. Here's Berry. Puts that one in. That one was out. Looked like from here about 6 inches. Either way, the line judge pointed down and right there by the official's chair. He could overturn it if he saw something different, but apparently he didn't, so we play on, and the lead is down to 8. And just by the look of Gianna Cook's face, it looked like that thing was out a mile. Shaylee Holbrook says, no problem, I'll take care of it. She launches a dart down for the point, and it's a 9-point lead. Cook comes off. Brown Morris back in for Faith Spurlock for the service work. 22-11 here in set 3 for the Rams. Good deep service. Rogers up front. Near side, Berry. And Berry fires down the point. Braden couldn't get it back airborne. Spurlock off. The libero of Reagan Mackey steps back in. The question is, what does the libero do? So the libero cannot come across that red line that's up close to the net. That's the attack line. If they attack, they have to attack from behind that line. Great job there by Haddix to keep that one up. Reed backpedaling. Now Thompson and Rogers get tangled up in the face of the net. As you had two players going for the same ball. And Raceland will take the point. But as what I'm saying about the libero, they can attack from behind that red line. Now they can come up and serve, or set, excuse me. They just can't attack at the net. Thompson with a dart. And that one's deep, though. Point Raceland's lead is back to 10. And we talked about Thompson coming into the game and how big that she's been offensively for this team. And so far, the Rams have really kept her out of the system and kept her at bay. Kara Meyer checking in for her first action here in the contest. As service by Holbrooks into the net. 22 to Brown Morris. Saved by Bush. Here's Burton. He'll try to fire it across and can't get it over. 23 to 13. And a service error by Mackey. Point East Carter, 23 to 14. There's Berry coming right at you. Floating service. Off to Braden. Across the tape through the double block and the point. 24-14. Duff back on for Berry. And Mackey trying to serve out set number 3 and take a 2-1 lead in the match. Here's Rogers up front. Combs on the attack and through the block. 24-15, still set point for the Lady Rams, and Alexis Thompson back to the service line. Brown Morris with a touch. Nice save near side by Bush. Rogers with a free ball. Brown Morris goes cross court and knocks it out of bounds. (24-16). Thompson trying to serve her team back in this one. And that one's deep and out of bounds, and that'll give it a 2-1 lead for Raceland as they win set number 3, 25-16. Set 4 when we return after this on Kool TV.
Rev up your autumn adventure and refuel at Clark's Pump and Shop. Make a pit stop and treat yourself to our assortment of snacks and drinks. Clark's Pump and Shop has the perfect treats to satisfy your fall cravings. From our seasonal lattes and iced coffees to specialty donuts and desserts. Don't just fuel up your vehicle, fuel your taste buds at Clark's Pump and Shop, your ultimate road companion. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC. We are the home office.
Back here in Grayson, 2-1, Raceland leads it with a pair of 25-16 set 2 and 3 wins. They're trying to close it out here on the road to move to 7-1 on the season. Again, up next for the Raceland Rams, Rose Hill on Thursday, and then Boyd County next Tuesday. Looking ahead for East Carter, they've got Lewis County on Thursday night. That game will be on Kool TV. Then Russell on Tuesday, Ashland on Thursday. A couple big matchups coming up there for the Raiders. Raceland will serve here in set number 4. Bill Farley there having a word with Gianna Cook and Skylar Brown Morris. We'll find a better man around than Coach Farley. He's been doing this for a long time and just a unique individual. Love him to death and everything he's done. And what the orange and black means a lot to him. And it's he's one of those guys, you cut him, he bleeds orange and black. So Bill's just a great guy. He does it so much for Raceland, and just very fortunate to be around him. And, of course, Jennifer Clark and her staff here at East Carter, they do a top-notch job as well. We greatly appreciate all their efforts each and every time we make our trip over here to Grayson. So Raceland will start with a service. Holbrook, Spurlock, and Braden across the front line. Brenna Wellman will come in for Cody Haddix. She'll start with a service. Reagan and Peyton Mackey across the back line. Combs, Burton, and Rogers up front for East Carter. Rogers touches across. Here's Holbrook. Puts it down for the point. She's had a hot hand. She heated up in set 3 and has really just continued to play off of it. I'd say she's pushing close to double-digit kills on the night. Good service there by Wellman. Give it an ace. Brenna Wellman, you talk about a young lady that's full of energy. I see her every day in the hallways there at Raceland, and she's always picking on me. She'll come around, try to punch on me. Sometimes she'll give you a smile. Other times she just frowns at you. But, you know, she's always in a fun mood and a lot of energy in that young lady. Braden can't keep this one inside the antenna, so side out for East Carter. And that's one thing with all the teams that we get a chance to work with. Great student athletes across the board with all of our schools, with East and West Carter, Raceland, and Lewis County. And, you know, I'm very fortunate I get to work in the building with the student athletes there at Raceland. But you get those opportunities to draw those relationships with other players away from the schools that you don't see. And, you know, it's really cool outside of the school to be able to see those players and talk to them. And there's several players from East Carter that I've done that with. And here's a nice job by the Lady Raiders to answer with an ace from Alexis Thompson as they jump out in front 3-2. We're, you know, we're really fortunate with the schools that we have and the communities that we have that we work with. As a big block attempt off the big swing from Holbrook goes off the head of the official on the chair. And we're even at 3. And that's something that, you know, we have a great relationship with our schools, our communities. And, again, we couldn't do everything that we do without our great sponsors that allow us to go out and cover our student athletes the way that we do and spotlight them. And we greatly appreciate all the efforts all the way around. It takes a combined effort. It's a small army, to say the least. And Kiara Meyer's service goes into the net. East Carter signs out and takes a 4-3 lead. So now Lydia Combs trying to push this one into a 5th and deciding set as her Raiders are down 2-1. Thompson, Burton, now it's a free ball sent over. Here's Mackey off the Holbrook on the far side pin. Great reaction there by Burton, and then Reed powers it down for the kill. We're even at 4. Sometimes we've been in system tonight with the two teams. Sometimes it's been helter-skelter. And for East Carter, it was a little both in the first set. It was the same for Raceland in the second. Raceland really got in system in the third, though, and a lot of it was Holbrook. Free ball by Thompson. Lifted over at the face of the net. Here's Haddix. Leaves it back to Reed on a push deep in that back corner, and it's out. Flirted with that back corner. She picked the right option. It just was a little bit too deep. 5-4 Raiders lead it by 1. Duff, it comes off. Back on is Alexis Bond. And Mackenzie Burton coming right at you on your screen. Here's Holbrook. Back corner. That one's on the line. Just down for the point. And we're even at 5. And Jennifer Clark's going to take another walk down toward that line to just give it another look. So Gianna Cook will come on for the service work. Her first service in the match. Brown Morris pops it across. A diving save by Burton on the back row. Here's Reed with the attack. Burton on the dig. Haddix pushes it up. She's blocked at the net. A big block there by Alexis Bond. And the Raiders pick up the point at 6-5. Big block there by Alexis Bond. Only had 2 blocks coming into the game. Barry goes off. Bush back in. She'll go to the service line. Raceland leads the match 2-1. Raiders lead the set 6-5. It's playing out a lot like what we saw in set 1, and that's an ace. had that top spin on that dives right in front of Reagan Mackey. Beautiful ball there off the service from Allie Bush. And then a service error. Makes it 7-6. Reed comes off, Peyton Mackey back in. (7-6) East Carter lead. Rogers scrambling. Free ball coming over by Bond. Here's Haddix. Brown Morse on a push. Thompson. Rogers pushes it over on 2. Rogers brings it back into the middle. Mackey back row. Braden wants it on the far side pin. And she gets it and puts it down with a point. We're even at 7. I could hear her from up here. She said, mine, mine, mine. And Cody Haddix left it to her on that pin, and she delivers a dart. (7-7). Got some confusion on the rotation at the table. I think everything's good now. And back to work we go. And Mackey on the long hold there. Sends it into the net. Point East Carter, 8-7. They lead it here in set number 4. 2-1, Raceland leading into the match. And Kaylee Rogers. That one's out of bounds and to East Carter, 9-7, 2-point lead. Now if we get it into set 5, you don't get 25 points. You only play to 15. That makes things, price of poker, a little bit more. And a beautiful serve that I think she got away with one there. Kind of caught it off the side of her hand, and it took a big boomerang bender. Peyton Mackey tried to dive to get to it, but couldn't get there. So it's a 3-point lead for the Raiders, and here they come. Here's Cook out of the back row. Haddix up front, leaves it off to Brown Morris. With a big attack on the back row there is Combs. Thompson on a free ball. Cook backpedaling up to Haddix. Back to Brown Morris through the block attempt, and East Carter can't get it across. So side out Raceland, and Reagan Mackey back to the line. Brown Morris off, Faith Spurlock back in. Burton's trapped on that back line for the Raiders. Here's Thompson on a touch and puts it in. Alexis Thompson saw the hole and just dropped it over top the double block attempt by the Rams. And the lead's back to 3. Alexis Bond. And a service error gives it back to the Rams, and the lead's down to 2. Here comes Wellman and Holbrook back on for Haddix and Cook. Duff back in for East Carter, replacing Bond. So Brenna Wellman. Go to the service line for the Lady Rams. Rogers up front, punches across, save near side. Here's Holbrook, skies up with a big diving save by the near side by Bush. Rams scrambling. Holbrook will push it across. Rogers up front to Burton. Burton down the near side and puts it in for the point. They'll say it was out, though. Right in front of the Rams bench. So the lead's down to 1 now for the Raiders. Rogers with a punch. Braden pushes it across. Thompson with the free ball. Burton catches it up and pushes it in, but it was out of bounds, and we're even at 11. And East Carter burns a timeout. So even at 11 here after East Carter had opened up a 3-point lead. And Jennifer Clark just kind of wants to slow down this momentum from the Lady Rams before they get everything back in order to try to finish things out here in 4 sets. Again, our producer today and executive producer is Travis Otworth. Happy to have him along with us. Alicia Collier down on the camera work, doing a phenomenal job. You know, it was funny when she made the transition over from photography to video camera. And every time that she tried to get a shot, she kept wanting to push the button to take a picture. And then she had to switch back and go to her photography camera, and she missed probably 30 shots when she first started because she forgot to push the button to take the picture. She was so used to video. But happy to have her along with us. She does a really great job on both sides of things. But everybody, our Kool Sports Network here with Kool TV, glad to have all of our crew along with us. All right, back underway. Brennan Wellman trying to put the Rams in the lead. Here's Burton through the double block attempt. But it was into the antenna, they'll say. And the point goes to Raceland. It's a 4-0 run, and they lead at 12-11. High arcing serve there by Wellman. Rogers scrambling. Here's Combs on a push. Far side to Holbrook through the double block. Rogers near side to Thompson with a big swing and a point. It was in either way, and Alexis Thompson through the double block got it to stay in bounds, and we're even at 12. Back on his Barry. Bush goes off for the Raiders, and Alexis Thompson will go to work there, coming right at you down the center of the screen. Braden with a push to Rogers. Here's Combs. Haddix on a push. Thought she had an opening. Nothing there, though. Barry with a double attempt and puts it down for the point. 13-12. East Carter leads it. And then Thompson fires it into the face of the net. We're even at 13. Kaylee Braden. Good ball back row. Free ball by the Raiders. Here's Haddix up front. Goes off to Holbrook. Holbrook on the block. Attempt by Combs, and it's out of bounds. Point and a kill for Shaylee Holbrook. Now they'll change the point, saying that she came under the net and give the point to the Raiders. So make it 14-13 East Carter. And Lydia Combs for the service. Good service deep. Haddix takes it to the far side. Reed fires it down for the point. And we're even at 14. Nice ball there by Cody Haddix. Kind of falling away from the net, sent it across the net, got it over to Reed on that far pin. Face Spurlock. A dart across the tape. Free ball by the Raiders. Brown Morris. Reed. Rogers up front. Here's Barry on a push. Blocked to the net. Combs, or check that, Burton digs it out. Barry on another attack. Here's Holbrook on the far side. Pin with a dart. Thompson with a dig. Barry goes far sideline. A diving attempt by Braden. Can't get it. Give the kill to Barry and the point to the Raiders. It's 15-14 here in set 4. Great launch angle right there as she found that soft spot on the far line. Braden with a diving attempt, but couldn't get there as Raiders are scrambling. Nice save there by Holbrook. Now East Carter scrambling on a free ball by Barry. Here's Haddix. Near side to Reed. Thompson on the dig up to Rogers. They'll come back to Barry. And blocked at the net. Saved on the back row by Burton. Haddix up front. Brown Morris into the net. 2-point lead for the Raiders. 16-14 here in set 4. Burton a high arcing serve. Ball back up to the face of that. Rogers punches it across. Free ball by Brown Morris. Near side, Barry. There's Braden on the back row, now to Haddix. Reed with a push into the back corner for the point. And Raceland signs out, and it's down to 1. Shaylee Holbrook back for the service. Great match right here tonight between two good teams in the 16th. There's Combs. Haddix with a save, but Raceland can't play it across. Side out on a point to the Lady Raiders, 17-15. They lead it here in set 4. Hallie Bush back on to the service line. Here's Reed off the far side pin with a dart down the line for the point. You could see when she got lined up, she knew where she wanted to go and put it there with pure precision. So side out for the Lady Rams. Peyton Mackey will come on for Reed. And she'll go to the service line down 1. 2 games to 1 lead for the Rams. East Carter took set 1, 25-20, a pair of 25-16 win in sets 2 and 3 for the Rams. And that one's out of bounds deep, 18-16. East Carter leads it by 2. And Kaylee Rogers to the line. Here's Braden on the attack. Burton on the diving save on the back row. Now Thompson. Brown Morris wants it down the pipe and sends it deep. Haddix gave it to her. She called for it and just hit it out of bounds about 6 feet. 3-point lead for East Carter. They're battling, trying to force set 5. Holbrook too deep. And it's a 4-point lead for East Carter. (20-16). Free ball by the Rams. Here's Combs up front. Thompson goes to the back corner, and it's too deep. 22-17. So Reagan Mackey trying to get her team back in this one and trying to close it out in 4 sets, leading 2-1 in the match. Here's Thompson. Blocked at the net by Brown Morris and Haddix. Point Raceland. And East Carter quickly burns that second time out. So East Carter trying to force set 5. Really looked pure in set 1. Cruised through 25-20 after we kind of volleyed back and forth through the first 10 points or so. And then East Carter could not stay in system in set 2. Raceland got things rolling. Raceland was very efficient in set 3. Opened up a double-digit lead for the first time in the match for either side. 25-16 in set 2 and 3 in favor of the Rams. They lead at 2-1. East Carter's in front 20-18 here in set 4, trying to force set 5. Lydia Combs having a quick word with the chair official. And we're ready to get things back underway here out of the timeout by the Raiders. So Reagan Mackey back to work. Her team down by 2, but leading 2-1 in the match. There's Rogers up front. Thompson. Haddix Off to Braden and tries to push it up and gets stuffed by the net. Point East Carter, they side out. Here comes Alexis Bond to the service line. And now we've got confusion again at the table on the rotation. So we've got to wait and see what's going on with that. So there's your official talking with the scorers. What they're looking for is the rotation and making certain that someone is not out of rotation. Again, the game of volleyball can get very, very confusing with the rotations, and if somebody gets out of rotation, you score a point, then you actually lose a point, and you got to put it back in rotation the way that it's supposed to be. So everything seems to be good to go. Trinity Frazier checking back in, and she'll go to the service line for East Carter. Here's Braden on a push. Threads the needle on the line and puts it in for the point. 21-19. East Carter had a good look at it. They kind of said, well, we're going to take our chances here. And, I mean, it was right on the tape. So Skylar Brown-Morris back to work, and now we're still having a conversation at the scores table. So Brown-Morris comes off. Spurlock is back on now. And it's going to be Reagan Mackey at the service line. And nope, now it's going to be Cody Haddix. We've had three different players trying to serve. They're going to bring Haddix off and bring Brenna Wellman in. So mass confusion right now. Somebody cue the circus music. So Brenna Wellman, her team down 2. And now we've got the officials are going to have a conversation to make sure that everything is good to go here. So our officials there having a conversation of trying to figure out what's going on with this rotation. Make sure that they've got everything to where it's supposed to be and the points are correct. Again, a big thanks to all of our sponsors. It's jumped on for our coverage of high school volleyball and boys and girls soccer. Of course, football this weekend on Friday coming up. 4 games on the Kool Sports Network. 1 game on Kool TV. West Carter in their home opener against Estill County. So now the official is having a conversation there with Coach Bill Farley and his assistant. And they have taken a point away. Now the officials are going to go back and have another conversation. At this point, put your thumbs up and let's replay it. Holy bejesus. So it's still 21-19 until we get a final ruling here. The body language of our chair official right there, it says it all. He's just like, what is going on? And again, this is one of those things. If you get out of rotation and score a point, so now they've pointed toward East Carter. So take the point away from Raceland. And now Bill Farley is getting very vocal. Now we've got both the head coaches up. Now they're trying to determine who's going to serve the ball. Brenna Wellman's out here showing off her basketball skills. Now we're going to have both officials come to the table. Man, this is getting serious. This is the most vocal I've heard Bill Farley in a volleyball match in a long, long time. Coach is not one that usually says a whole lot in a match. But now our head official is going to come over and have a conversation with him and make our final explanation, and hopefully we can get this game back underway. Raceland's playing a little game of volley right now. Just kind of bopping it around. East Carter's wanting it on the fun. They're over there saying, hey, hit it our way. Heck with the officials. Let's play. That's what they need to do. They just need to start playing it across the net and playing a game back and forth between the two. So East Carter will be up at Vanceburg on Thursday night with Lewis County. We'll have the game on Kool TV, 7 o'clock first serve or somewhere thereabouts, depending on how the JV game plays out. And this is, again, the reason there is so much discussion, this is a pivotal point. Because if you put it down for Raceland, they're down by 2. If you put it down for East Carter, they go up by 4. And in the fourth set here, with East Carter pushing toward trying to tie this match at 2, that certainly makes things a lot different of trying to get it into a 5th and final deciding set. Jennifer Clark, you can see her there in the distance, kind of standing and waiting. So both of our officials are still having a conversation. And I will say this is a first for me. In all the years that I've covered volleyball, this is the first time that I've ever seen the official come out of the chair, or the stand, if you will. And I think we may get a thumbs up here. So our official will climb back up, and let's see what we do. All right, so the point stays with Raceland, so it's 21-19, and after all of that, we're back in action. This has been a football game. We'd had to put them through a 3-minute acclimation period. Here's Wellman, back row. Mackey driving to save it. Spurlock on a free ball. Here's Rogers. Thompson on a free ball for the Raiders. Mackey up front. Spurlock down the pipe. Burton punches it across on a nice save. Mackenzie Burton with the block and then found the hole in the back row and punches it across. 22-19, Raiders lead it by 3. That was a heck of a save by Mackenzie. So Alexis Thompson, this is who you want on the service line if you're the Raiders. Your best server off the tape. A diving save there by Mackey keeps it alive. Here's Barry with a dart. Dugout Mackey back row. Haddix goes to the back corner for the point. And the Rams side out, and it's down to 2. Thompson with a diving attempt. So Kaylee Braden will go to the service line. And the Rams have their starting rotation back on the floor with Spurlock, Holbrook, and Reed on the front row. Here's Rogers on the far sideline. Burton on a free ball. Haddix up front. Brings it near side to Reed, and that's off the antenna. So the point goes to East Carter. 2 points out away from closing out set 4 and forcing a 5th and deciding set. There's Reed on that far side pin off the tape. East Carter scrambling and gets it across. And it's an East Carter. It's right in front of the official. Jennifer Clark just kind of staring across. If it was out, it was barely out. That's all I'm going to say. Gracie Reed tried to tiptoe away from it. So 2-point lead for East Carter with Raceland serving. Here's Barry, punches it across, and that's out of bounds. Well, take the point away and give it to East Carter, as they're going to say Raceland was out of order again. Raceland was playing with 5. They're complaining that they didn't have their libero on the floor. So either way, as it stands right now, it's 24-21, and it is set point. Jennifer Clark just goes over to Lydia Combs and says, go talk to the official real quickly. So let's wait to see what we have. And East Carter gets the point. So it's going to be set point for the Lady Raiders here in set 4. Mackenzie Burton will serve. Gracie Duff coming off on is Alexis Bond. Utter confusion right here is what this has been tonight. You look there at one of the officials for Raceland. Big, deep breath. Can the Rams come back in this one? Here's Thompson. Parks it across. Nice save there by Cody Haddix. Rogers up front. Near side to Barry with the attack. Mackey on the back row. Here's Brown Morris with the attack. Burton with a save. And then it's off the ceiling. It's plays down for Raceland, and it's 24-22. So it's still set point. But Shaylee Holbrook with the service. You must win by 2, by the way. And that one's an ace. So it remains set point. Jennifer Clark's going to trade out the ball. Well, she said it, I think it maybe hit something and spilt some water. There was a soda maybe there at the scorer's table. I think the ball got into the water. So she switches out the ball and sends in a new ball for play. So still set point for East Carter. If the Rams can steal this point away, then we'll have to play to at least 26. And then again, if we go to set 5, it's the first of 15. All right, water is cleaned up, almost. It's past my bedtime. Got a late start, and we've had several delays in this one. All right, there's Burton on the back row. Here's Rogers near sideline. Bond pokes it across. Haddix up front. Brown Morris with the attack. Put it down for the kill, and we're tied at 24. Up front, Bond on a free ball. Haddix leaves it for Brown Morris with the attack with a big swing. A great diving save near sideline. Punch it over, it's out of bounds. And it's match point for Raceland. Alexis Bond did a great job trying to save it in. And now Shaylee Holbrook trying to serve it out for the Rams. Mackey with a save. Haddix takes it off to Reed. Reed with a cross-court attack. Burton back line. Here's Barry off the tape. A dig. Combs lifts it skyward. Here's Burton from the back row. Rogers back up front. Comes back near side to Barry. Braden with a dig. Mackey leaves it off to Reed. Brown Morris will push it across. Put it down and call it a match. Raceland wins it 26-24. What a comeback for the Rams. Post-game show when we return after this on Kool TV.
The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup, has been family owned and operated for over 30 years, featuring top-of-the-line material, guaranteed installation, and absolutely no one can beat JD Flooring's price. Need to replace your current flooring in one room or the entire house? Call JD Flooring in Greenup, 606-473-0411 for a free estimate. A call can get your house ready for any occasion. You'll absolutely love your new flooring from JD Flooring, 2017 Ashland Road, Greenup.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Back here in Grayson, as a heck of a comeback by the Rams in set number 4. They were down to a set point for East Carter with 3 points. They tie it at 24, and then finish out the final 2 points and win it tonight, 26-24 in set 4, and win it 3-1. So a heck of a rally back by the Rams. East Carter won set 1, 25-20. East Carter then fell behind in set 2 as Raceland polished off them 25-16. The Rams did it again in set 3, 25-16. They led that set by as many as 10. East Carter volleyed back and forth with Raceland there in the 4th and final set. Had the Rams on the ropes, could not close it out, and Raceland finishes off the final 6 points on a 6-0 run, and they win at 26-24. To take a 3-1 lead and move their record to 7-1. We'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up here tonight from Grayson. Rams win it 3-1. Back after this on Kool TV.
Rev up your autumn adventure and refuel at Clark's Pump and Shop. Make a pit stop and treat yourself to our assortment of snacks and drinks. Clark's Pump and Shop has the perfect treats to satisfy your fall cravings. From our seasonal lattes and iced coffees to specialty donuts and desserts. Don't just fuel up your vehicle. Fuel your taste buds at Clark's Pump and Shop, your ultimate road companion. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Catlettsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC. We are the home office.
Back here in Grayson as Raceland polishes off win number 7 on the season, and they win it here 3-1. So look there at the Rams' schedule. They'll be back in action on Thursday at Rose Hill. They'll be on home Tuesday night against Boyd County. We'll have that game on Kool TV. For the East Carter Raiders, they moved to 5-2 on the season. They're back in action Thursday night up in Lewis County. We'll have that game on Kool TV. And then back here at home on next week, Russell on Tuesday, Ashland on Thursday. So a tough slate of games coming up for the Raiders, who drop only their second game on the year. Big hat tip to my crew tonight. Our executive producer, Travis Otworth. Our camera operator was Felicia Collier. Great appreciative of all the assistants here from East Carter and head coach Jennifer Clark and her staff and everything. Of course, great staff there at Raceland Worthington High School, Bill Farley and his crew. 3-1 winners are the Rams tonight. They go to 7-1 on the season as they fight off from the pits of defeat. They're in fourth and final set and pick up the victory 26-24 to seal the match 3-1. That's it for us here tonight. For Felicia Carr and Travis Otworth and all the great folks at the Kuwait Sports Network, I'm James Carr saying goodnight, and thanks for tuning in here on Kool TV.
Thank you for watching Kentucky High School Volleyball on Kool TV. This broadcast of Kentucky High School Volleyball has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Kuwait Sports Network and Kool TV.